Welcome back, and today I am joined by our special guest in news review today, one of Gambia's favorite rappers, none other than ST Singhateh, Dinding Mansa, the Gambian dream. ST, welcome to the Fati Network.
Hey, saluto respecto. It's your boy ST Gambian Dimbrika Maboyo. Ndol kanna kuoleke.
That's right. Yeah, ST, you've been in this art for quite a long time now. How would you describe the music that you typically create?
Well, I do a fusion, Afro-Manding fusion. I do hip-hop, It kind of depends. Because I'm not trying to, I do Afro-Manding, I'm an Afro-Manding rapper, but I'm not trying to,
just limit it to that.
Just limit it to that, I want to be flexible, and versatile.
It's important to be versatile as a rapper.
Because you have different fans, that listen to different type of music, and we try to satisfy them all at the same time, in different ways.
That's right. So rapping to me is a very difficult genre of music because, you have to figure out ways to rhyme words and all of that. It takes a lot of creativity. What is your creative process like?
Well, it depends on the song. To me, the whole thing is just a vibe. I could actually, spend days, making a song, a particular song. Let's say a week. Weeks, to create one song. Sometimes just a day. Right. It depends on the nature of the song. Some songs you spend more time on them based on what you are saying, and they have to be well articulated, basically.
I can imagine. And now, have you ever sat down and think, what would my life been like without your musical career? Do you ever think about that? What would I have done without music?
I thought about it. I cannot possibly imagine.
It's music or nothing else.
Yeah, it's definitely music or nothing else. Then I'll probably be at some bank, as a cashier.
I did accounting. That's something that would be interesting.
At going to school, that's the senior school, that was the mind state, finishing school, doing my course, working for a bank,
And here you are as an artist. The Gambian music scene has evolved over the past years.
So
that whole thing about, Gambians do not support their own artists and all of that thing. These are things that we can finally put behind, especially for artists like you with a solid fan base, filling up the stadium for you and then holding it down. What does that feel like as an artist?
Well, we've been waiting so long to get to this point. Because, Gambia used to be home for a whole lot of outside artists, but not really home for Gambian artists. Less people would go to, Gambian artist events, even the invites, less, It's more like, the opening acts for international artists, basically, And, I can't lie, like you said, things have changed a whole lot, in the recent years, that, people go out fully to support Gambian music, Gambian artists, local music, basically, That's the best thing that have been happening so far.
Absolutely. And one thing I want us to highlight is the issue of all these producers and promoters who spend huge amounts of money trying to bring foreign artists into this country. We're not saying don't bring them, but at least if you're going to bring them, can you also support, the homegrown local artists? What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's on us to actually support Gambian artists, and Gambian musicians, because at the end of the day, like we said, it's Gambia. If we want to develop as a country, it's not just with, with sports, with music, with everything. We just have to give it all we got. And, Gambia is for Gambians, and nobody is going to come help us support anything if we don't support it, So I kind of feel like, it's very necessary we try considering Gambian artists as promoters, when we do shows, not only in Gambia, but even outside Gambia, because, for instance, like Gambian artists are filling up stadiums right now, from my first launching, personally, I'm not talking about last year, I mean the first one,
right.
I haven't seen a crowd of an international artist that actually pulled that crowd here. That shows Gambian artists can really do it. You know, we just have to believe in them and support them. Yeah.
And then now that the coronavirus pandemic is here, it has actually impacted all sectors of the economy, and I'm sure that the arts industry is also not an exception. How has this pandemic affected your work as an artist?
It greatly did, because you know, for over an year, you know, we wasn't doing shows, and there was no shows, and that's what we do. Music is, it's like when you wake up in the morning and then you go to your office, you know, to work. Like when you wake up in the morning to go to a mechanic garage, you know, like to work as a mechanic, you know, that's how we actually artists are. We get up, we do music. That's what our
That's your
job
source of
is.
living.
Exactly. So when that is cut off, it makes everything complicated. No money is coming in, and you still have family to take care of, and you know, even music itself is, you know, requires a lot of, you know, investment, because videos, they cost, these songs, they cost. So having to sit for an year, you know, with no income is frustrating, you know. It's not been easy one bit.
Take us through the process of the expenditure that you spend in trying to just shoot music videos and stuff like that. It must be very expensive, like you said.
Well, it is expensive, you know, because when it comes to video shootings, you deal with cameras and you deal with different producers. Sometimes you can shoot for the cheapest. You can shoot for as cheap as $35,000, 30,000. You know, it's a lot of money. But I mean, musically, when it comes to production, is not really money. But then, you know, like you can shoot for that, but then it's gonna be based on the camera that you would have. Like for instance, these guys would have A, B, C, gold, platinum. So depending on which package you're ready to take, each of the packages have a specific camera that they shoot with. So if you want to take the platinum, you're gonna get a more advanced video, but that means a more advanced budget. Exactly, you know. So having to keep up with standard, you know, it actually pushes you to go ahead. You cannot really settle for the less priced videos just because you want to have it easy, because the Gambian music is going to the level that we need to push it so high. We need to compete ourselves with international artists, not just with artists that are in Gambia and doing it here. I mean, the international artists, you know, from other countries are our competition, and we have to look at their standard and try to compare it with our standards. So, you know, that raises the bar high. So extra expenditure on videos to get the best quality, you know, for fans, you know, and all that stuff. So, and it comes with other stuff besides paying for the video, the models, the people that are supposed to be in the video, the venues. Sometimes they charge all the little stuff that you're supposed to get in the video. You know, it all costs. So.
And talking about, you know, the competition, it is important that Gambian artists are not focused on, you know, their fellow artists in the Gambia. Like you said, it's important, you know, to look beyond to make sure that, you know, standards are set, and then the bar is raised high.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of, you know, artists coming out these days, and nothing wrong with that. Y'all are doing a hell of a job, you know. But I think it is important for originality in this industry. And what do you advise to these young rappers that are coming up?
Well, we all listen to other artists, you know, bigger artists, basically, you know, for motivation, inspiration, and all that kind of stuff. You know, don't let them carry you away with their style. Try to understand what they do. Try to understand what he does. Try to come up with your own stuff in a different way. Yeah, yeah, because, you know, it's harder to come up with your own style, but once you got it, you're good, because nobody else sounds like you. You don't sound like nobody unless if people start sounding like you, and that's wonderful. When you start, you know, when you listen to artists a whole lot, that they carry you along their path, you sound more like them. And then, you know, in some few years, a lot of things might actually change, because, you know, people have heard this person before, and you're sounding like the same. Let them be open-minded. Let them not be dictated by the type of music that people like. You can create your music that people would like, you know, but then the thing is they would only get to hear that from you.
That said, what sets you apart from the rest? What makes ST so unique and his flow?
Well, I feel like I know what I want, you know, and I don't necessarily, you know, have to try to, you know, copy anything or anything like that. You know, I have my own ideas, creative ideas that I wanna, you know, put in my music, you know, musically, and then people will always feel like, whoa, I never heard this before, I never seen this before. What kind of, you know, exactly, you know, that's the excitement we want fans to carry. So, and also I personally have to make sure each and every song is worth it, because to tell you the truth, I record a whole lot of songs. Sometimes I don't like this one, we cancel it. This one, we cancel it. We choose songs, you know, so we, after dropping all the songs, sometimes these songs that we drop, they could go, but, you know, like, it has to be, there are levels to it.
Yeah, there are levels to it. And there is something really interesting I want to ask you, because I am a fan of rap music. You know, sometimes you rappers go back and forth about, you know, oh, you are not the best, the greatest of all time, because you actually have ghost rappers and stuff like that, ghost writers and stuff. You followed the beef that ensued between Drake and Pusha T in his Infrared song, when Pusha actually said that Drake cannot be considered as the greatest because he has ghost writers.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever ghost written for anyone?
Well, yes, I did. I did, but it's not a
big deal. It's a big deal, because that's where rappers differ. Like, if you're able to write your own song, your own lyrics, you know, your own flow, it sets you apart from the rest who are actually being written for.
Yeah, that's just some extra shit that could, you know, be done. I've always been a good writer, you know, like musically. When I was in senior school, I wrote a whole book of lyrics, you know, like this exercise books. You know, I've been writing was never, you know, never a big issue for me when it comes to lyrics. And the problem is, I'm hardly satisfied. So
even with your own writing?
Exactly. You know, like, you know, I'm hardly satisfied. I could be like, no, this is not it. And, you know, my team be like, no, this is dope. You know, like,
right.
I'm like, yes, it is dope, I know, but it can be better, you know. And we are not just trying to give them good. We're trying to give them the best out of, you know, the rest, you know. And it has to be the best.
And what do you have to say to, you know, aspiring rappers who probably not very good at writing their own lyrics and stuff?
Practice makes perfect, and hard work can get you anywhere. You know, it didn't just start. It never starts with a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, exactly. So, you know, when this is what you want to do, you make up your mind about it. You have a passion for it. You learn. It's a gradual process. Yeah. You know, but I do know hard work does pays off, and the more time you spend on it, working on these lyrics, you know, they would definitely come, you know.
Of all the musicians in the world, if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be? I know we have already have a big collaboration, which we will talk about later, but apart from that, who would you like to collaborate with?
In the whole world. I think I have so much in my mind right now, but I would definitely go for Jay-Z.
Why? Why? What's so special about Huff that you would want to collaborate with him?
I mean, come on, Jay-Z is Jay-Z. You know this already. You know, yeah, he is king. So, I mean,
really, he's king. I would have expected you to go with probably Nas. You know.
I have a whole lot of respect for Nas. You know, but you know, I still, you know, I would still rather do a song with Jay-Z.
With Huff. That's good. And now to your newest and your latest EP, you know, Dinding Mansa.
Album.
The album. Tell us a little bit about this album and your inspiration.
The album Dinding Mansa represents, you know, my struggle as an artist, you know, from the time that I actually started music, you know, hustling to make money to record one track. You know, the second songs, you know, from the times that, you know, I actually did a mixtape to the first album, that the journey of that struggle, you know, up to date when, you know, people could actually look at me and be like, whoa, that's my country's favorite artist, or that's the best artist in my country. You know, that journey is what Dinding Mansa, you know, represents.
What can we expect from this album?
I said it before, this is gonna be my favorite album. This is gonna be the best album so far from all the other albums.
I bet you say this all the time you release an album, that this is
No,
my favorite.
no, I told them this year, 2020 has been, 2020 was not easy with us, you know, especially with the corona thing. I was blessed with a son, and, you know, it just took me to the next level, you know, motivation-wise and inspiration-wise, and, you know, I just felt like I wasn't just working for myself, you know. You know, I was working for my son too, and, you know, having these thoughts at the back of my mind motivated me to do more. So it's just going to be a classic album. You know?
Right, and hopefully your fans will be able to fill up the stadium once again for you, as they're very, very solid when it comes to your music. Now, one more thing.
Definitely,
I know when I called the person that was responsible for setting up this interview, and he's right here in the studio right now, he said to me, "Don't bring up any controversy," and I said, "No, I'm not going to bring." But let's talk about this whole Stadium ST team debacle. What happened?
We just had some complications, you know. I would say just some misunderstandings, you know. Yeah, but I'm happy that, you know, we were able to sit and discuss and resolve it with the stadium.
Was there any misunderstanding at all? Because a lot of people say, "Oh, all these artists are used to, you know, bringing up all these publicity stunts when they have album launchings and stuff like that." And it seems some Gambians still couldn't grasp, you know, whatever it is was happening between your team and the stadium management.
Well, my team would never do such a thing, you know. Like,
personally,
as an
after
artist,
this interview, but I still have to ask.
To tell you the truth, like, well, I don't, like, the music speaks for itself, you know. ST is a typical Gambian brand, you know. It's for each and every Gambian, you know, irrespective of your tribe, you know, where you've come from, and, you know, such things like that, you know. So it's for everybody. So people actually support, you know, local music now. Right. You know, things have really changed, you know, and this is not the first year that we have done it at the stadium. This is not the second year. It's the third year. It's kind of regular to me. We're just trying to get it better than the last time. But we don't necessarily need to pull up, you know, publicity stunts like such things, especially when it involves other people. Right. And, you know, you cannot really control what people say over the media. So, you know, it's never been like that.
And talking about the media, how has it changed, you know, the music industry?
I mean, the media is probably the platform the only platform that we all actually have now, you know. Yeah, for instance, if it wasn't for the media, can you imagine how Gambian artists would have been like? Right. You know, because this is a platform that we can all use in different ways to promote and advertise our products, you know. And it really did contribute, because at least 60% or 70% of all the energy that we give in, like, it comes through the media, you know. Like, that's how we get our informations across easily and all that stuff. So the media really did contribute, you know, because about this issue, everybody was talking about it, everybody was writing stuff, you know, the news, you know, and, you know, that was amazing.
The backlash probably helped for them to turn to their decision once again. And now we know that coronavirus is very much active and around. What are the things that your team is putting in place to make sure that, you know, things are not out of control during this concert?
Well, it's so unfortunate that, you know, Corona have really affected us, and, you know, in general, you know, and it's very sad, you know. It really did affect some people, almost everybody, you know, in one way or the other, you know. And as much as we are trying to, we're gonna do this show, we are more focused on, you know, our reality, because we are behind the government, and if there is no actual lockdown in Gambia, then I guess, you know, that gives us the go ahead. But it doesn't stop the fact that, you know, people at the show have to wear face masks, and also we would have sanitizers for people getting in, and we will try to do our best as much as we can Yeah.
What message do you have for your fans?
Fansul al nimbara na ala tentu Gambia la numero 0 ntala bara bar fansul al nimbara. Just thanking the fans over and over a million times. They're the reason why I'm here. They're the reason why I got this far. They're the reason why I'm doing this. Without their support, you know, I'll be running out of fuel, you know, because my fans are like my fuel. They keep me going, you know, and as long as they are fans, I'll always keep going, you know. So, you know, we are in this together. Just to tell them we are in this together, and I've seen so many people show love and support in their thousands, and I'm grateful for them. Most of them I don't know, but
you love them. But before we go, let's talk about something that you would be one of your biggest collaborations so far since you came into this music industry, which is a collaboration that you're working with Baba Maal. Tell us a little bit about that project.
The Baba Maal project, the song is called My People. I'm not going to go into details because the song is going to be out very soon, and I would really want everybody to hear it from the song itself. But it's for the people. And Baba Maal is an icon. He's a great artist. I consider myself fortunate to actually have such a legend on my album.
How excited are you about this project?
I've been excited. I've been so excited. Like, you know, I cannot wait for it to come out. It's gonna come out as a video. Baba Maal was excited as well. I can't lie. You know, like he was so very happy. You know, like he was so very. Because after we recorded the first verse, he told my manager, like, look, this kid, he's way older than his age. Like his mindset, you know, because he said the things that I actually said on my verse, he could not really, you know, picture me saying that when he saw me. So it was really amazing, you know, artist to artist, you know, like, you know, I feel honored being in the presence of Baba Maal as an artist, you know, like that, you know. But it made me feel good, you know. I had a lot of motivation, you know, for such an artist to actually compliment my work and stuff, and being ready to be a part of it, you know. And he made everything easy as soon as because we went there, he heard the whole song, the concept of the song and everything. He approved, you know. You know, it was never complicated, you know. And when we went to shoot a video, he made it easy. He made everything easy for us. He said, y'all are the next thing. I don't know if you were seeing what I'm seeing, but you know, just keep up the good work. So it was really amazing, you know, my experience with Baba Maal.
It's a huge deal. And before I let you go, what do you have to say to all the Gambian people out there? And then you will hit us with a freestyle. We didn't plan this, but you have to drop something here.
Well, just to tell the Gambian people, you know, I'll appreciate it, you know, and I really appreciate the love and support, you know, like Nimumu be quality Gambia call because Gambian music nana mo futa level to mi alon ko yala ne abenyi level to so na push I tie gina tambinin na, you know, and also let them keep up the support. The tickets are out now. You could grab it at a whole lot of locations, if I can name a few.
Oh, absolutely.
Maxizas Karaba Avenue, LP Karaba Avenue, Salis Brikama. We have Turntable Alibaba, we have Salis Senegambia, Magic Bar, Chicken Plaza, Kololi. We have flyers. Follow ST The Gambian Dream on Facebook or Brikama_Boyo on Instagram, and then we have flyers with all these numbers. I'm pretty sure no matter where you are, you'd find a number that
yes, you all go grab your
there,
tickets.
You know. And thanks to my management, you know, they doing amazing. Everybody is on the move 24 hours, and you know, these people are great. I'm so proud of them.
All right, and the Gambian people are definitely proud of you. But before we let you go, just do something, a little something for them before I let you go.
Nyatano kendo, nyatano fenkuto, ye, sankuto, luolong kukuto, ye, nyal lebetela, nyal lebetela, bardal lebedela, Dinding Mansa manata, nko dulale betekan, dulale betekan, ndunta club oto banko farta wach, ndata stadium oto ngaje telen sabati, mborta luotema, adiam.
Il faut qu'on y arrive. Akaeji. Thank you very much, Gambia.
Be there, Dinding Mansa. Saludo respeto.
Thank you very much. Saludo respeto. Thank you very much, ST Singhateh, for coming through to the Fast
Thank you
we
for having us
you
here. You know, it's appreciated. We are in this together. You know.
Thank you very much. That will be it for news review today. And of course, go check out the tickets and go check out ST on the February 6th, 2021 at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. Thank you very much for watching and bye for now.